Welcome back to the warm up, everybody. I'm your host, Ja. Joining us today is Ronnie and Dallin. Welcome, fellas. How we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good,
Yeah,
good,
happy to be
good.
here.
Good to see you guys.
You
All
too,
right,
brother.
before we get into it, please turn on that notification bell so you never miss an episode of the warm up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you also never miss an episode of the warm up. And then please follow new social media handlings on Instagram and Twitter as well. And then please, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple or Spotify, we have them all over there as well. So you never miss an episode of the warm up. All right, let's get into it. I feel like the NBA has been pretty hectic right now. Just wanted to get together, do a little check in. There's a couple interesting teams. Just for you guys to know, we all picked a team we wanted to talk about, and then that's what we're going to talk about. So for me, I'll go first. The first team we're going to talk about today is the Los Angeles Clippers, a team that has been injury riddled for the past 5 to 6 years, ever since the Kawhi regime. Um, a team that desperately needs to start winning because the outcome, if they don't, is pretty scary,
Catastrophic.
catastrophic. Yeah, it's like worst case doomsday scenario. Yeah, let's get into it, guys. So the Los Angeles Clippers, a team that lost Bradley Beal earlier last week to a broken hip, and we have no idea how they're going to start winning games because between Kawhi missing games still, he's still not back, and James Harden is starting at the three. Um, it's looking like the season's slipping between their fingers pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I don't really know where you go, because this one's kind of tricky. There's not a young player on this roster that you can kind of hand the car keys over to. There's no easy pivot point. You don't control any of your first round draft capital going forward, or you've sent a good chunk of it away,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a rapidly aging roster. Um, so it's kind of a bleak outlook if you can't kind of get healthy and turn this into a playoff season.
Right.
It's tough. I mean, the average age of their starting lineup is like easily one of the highest in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to sustain. Like Kawhi is injury prone, James Harden's injury prone, and I like before the season, I was pumped about the Clippers. Like, I think
Right.
they were expecting the combination of Bradley Beal, Brooke Lopez off the bench, and John Collins to make up for Norman Powell leaving in this offseason, and they just
Yeah.
haven't. Norman Powell is just like filling it up in the new Miami offense, and
Yeah.
it leaves the Clippers here like, now what? And we have this hole of 20 something points per game that we can't fill, and we can't keep anybody on the court.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you guys. This is the oldest team in the league by far. They didn't have a lot of people thought they had a lot of range for error just with Kawhi could go out. Oh, they're deep enough to, keep him afloat while he's out. And that just hasn't been the case, especially Bradley Beal going out. That was kind of like their big acquisition besides John Collins this offseason. And it's not looking good. Chris Paul is kind of out the rotation.
Yeah,
They've been playing Kobe Sanders, who I like a lot. He played here at Nevada. Um, I like Zubac. Zubac, um,
He's good.
he's still good. I feel like what made the Clippers so good last year is they were a top three defense, and right now they're ranked 24th. So when we're talking about the Clippers, and like coming into the season, we thought they were add this offensive punch of John Collins and Bradley Beal while still maintaining a high level of defense. And that just hasn't been the case at all. Um, Back to like as we were talking earlier, like their doomsday scenario. It's not like, oh, we can just blow it up. Guess what? That Shea Gilgis Alexander trade, that Paul George trade, the pick is owed to the Thunder this year. So it's not like they could just blow it up. If they blew it up, there's a chance that the Thunder could have a top three pick and one of the most loaded drafts in recent memory. Um, and they also have all the aspiration stuff. As much as I don't want to bring it up,
Yeah.
there's a chance they could get all four of their future picks frozen. Um, it's just a bad situation all around.
The thing that's even kind of makes this even scarier than we've laid it out is like the entire offense is James Harden right now. And like
Older
26
James
point
Harden.
26.2 points per game currently leads the team. That's his highest scoring output in like 5 or 6 years. I want to say since his 2019 season.
Exactly. Mhm.
So like it's how long can he keep it up? He's playing 36 minutes a night. He's still ball dominant. Like he's the one that's initiating all of the offense when he's out. The guard rotation is like not super productive offensively.
Yeah.
Like you said, Chris Paul's out of the rotation, has not provided them with, I think, what they were looking for, which was someone to run the show when James is on the bench. And those minutes have been particularly ugly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know the solution. I just wanted to bring them up just to acknowledge like the
To start us off on a low point, talk about
yeah
a
yeah
bad
just
team that's only going to get worse.
just to shed some light on the situation. Like, as much as I'm a Lakers fan at heart, but if the Clippers keep losing, there's a chance that the Oklahoma City Thunder, team that might win 70 games this year, won the championship last year, is even better this year than last year, could go into next season with a top 4 pick. If they even get a top 7 pick, that'd be awful for the league. Um,
Top
it's
10
just not looking
lottery
good.
at all.
Top 10 lottery.
Just-
I mean, this is a team that doesn't have Nikola Topic right now, or Topic, whatever you say it.
Mhm.
Like, they have AJ Mitchell. Like,
They just keep finding guys in
Yeah.
spots that you're not supposed to find productive players in the draft.
Yeah.
right.
It's pretty remarkable.
Does it get to a chance where Ty Lue could be on the hot seat? And I think we can all agree Ty Lue's well regarded as one of the top 5 coaches around the league. Is it just something to get a new voice in there? I know it's not his fault. I think it's a totally team construction, but how do they improve internally, and then do they do anything drastic mid-season?
I mean, I would love, like, just looking at the roster, it's hard to find like a major trade piece. Like,
Right.
you would love to move somebody and get younger. Like, I'd say their most valuable asset is Zubac,
Mm-hmm.
but like, and he's not on a horrible contract at 18 million. Like, that's definitely
Yeah, it's a
movable.
bargain.
With what
That's
he does.
probably a high value contract for him. But what are you getting back for that? Would you win this year?
Mm-hmm.
When so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
didn't even.
no, you go ahead,
Sorry,
Lauri.
we didn't even really touch on the Derrick Jones injury. Yeah, and he was playing like valuable rotation minutes, like 25 minutes a game. Like was having a pretty good season for him as far as like his 3-point shooting. Like was making strides there, which this offense like desperately needs, like pressure outlets for Harden when he's running. He doesn't want to face double teams all the time, so you have to have someone who can reliably hit shots, and
Mm-hmm.
Jones was doing that for them. Now they don't really know when he's coming back, and it's just like, how many hits can this rotation take before this thing kind of implodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. I mean, the last thing on this, I think the only thing that I've kind of like thought about is what if they just entertain like trading Kawhi? Like, do you think anybody would bite? Do you think anybody would bite on James Harden? He makes $40 million a year. I've thought about reuniting him in Houston. That kind of loses their identity defensively, but I just don't know where they go from here, because it's not like you trade your good players like because then that enhances OKC's pick. Like I feel like they're really in just an awful situation right now. There's no
Yeah.
way about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were gonna find a team to take on Kawhi or Harden, it's got to be a team that like is just so desperate for a star. Like they're
Mhm.
competitive enough where they want to win now, but they just do not have a star on the roster.
Toronto.
And yeah, that might be. It's just tough to like because now you got to put together a trade package that gets to that salary amount, and
Right.
it's kind of like that is what's so hard about trading these established 10, 12, 13-year veterans
Yeah.
who are on the back half of their career. Like they're making a prohibitive amount of money,
Mhm.
and if if you're going to trade for them, you have to give up enough to acquire that, but also
Right.
be able to compete like
Yeah.
now. So it's a hard needle to thread.
I mean, just like for example, if you're trading for that $50 million number, just looking at the Raptors you brought up, like it would probably have to be a combination of like an Emmanuel Quickly and a Jakob Pertl. And it kind of begs the question,
Mhm.
like if you're building a team right now
Mhm.
and you're looking at how old is it? Kawhi is 34-year-old Kawhi who hasn't played
You don't want
a
that.
significant number of games in a long time. Like I think I would rather have multiple players at smaller
Mhm.
percentages of the cap that are going to be positive rotation players.
Right.
And that's part of the blueprint that the Thunder have had, the blueprint that everybody's been copying. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we need to have depth, we need to have
Young
like
players
guys that
who are
we can filter in.
contributing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's tough. I don't see any suitors that would be chomping at the bit to get Harden or Kawhi.
Yeah. I mean, just to wrap it all up so we can move on, I just wanted to shed light on the fact that OKC could potentially have a top 5 pick, the most loaded draft, and win the championship this year. Like that's totally on the table right now until further notice. But to brighten up the mood, let's talk about a team that has been hit or miss over the past couple years. But I think I like what they're doing. Um I'm not sure where they go, what they do, but Lauri Markkanen's been a man on fire, and I'll let Dallin go from
He
there with
cannot be stopped right now. Here, I mean, here's my thing with the Jazz is, and it's going to sound like a broken record, but it's like be patient. Like if
Mhm,
you are a Jazz fan, this is what you wanted. Like if
mhm.
you look at, like I keep going back to the Thunder blueprint and how they built this juggernaut that's going to be good for years to come.
Yeah,
They traded for Shea and all those picks in 2019. And it took almost 5 full years for them to be a legit, like you
champion.
probably say 2023 season, they started to be legit. So
Mhm,
even 4 years before they were legit, the Jazz made all of their trades tanking off of Mitchell and Gobert and stocking up first round picks in 2022. So like they're still relatively early in the tanking process,
mhm.
and they're starting to see uh, the development that you need to have a successful tank.
Right.
Like you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel where guys that you have drafted and you have developed that are going into year 2, year 3, where you typically see your young guys make a jump being more significant. I mean, Keontae George this season is one. He's only in his second season, I believe. He's averaging 22, 4, and 7 and a steal per game.
Yeah.
And his shooting numbers are not like the 3-point shooting is not there yet. There's a little bit of a turnover problem there, but like you look at him, you look at Filipowski, who hasn't played an insane amount of minutes, but he's been super productive. Bryce Sensabaugh's 3-point shooting has been through the roof. You start to
Love
look at all
him.
these pieces and you think, okay, like we have picks this year, which may be in jeopardy, but we've got our pick this year, and then they have the potential for 3 first round picks next year. So, um, I think it's important to remember, like, please stay patient. This is what they wanted. This is what Ainge was building for.
Hmm.
Um, and then you talk about Lauri Markkanen, who is just on fire. Like, he can't be stopped this season. 30 points, 6 rebounds, 48% from the field. One of the stats that just is insane to me is he's shooting 40% on 8.6 attempts on catch and shoot threes.
He's a
Which to
sniper.
me, yeah, to me, the catch and shoot thing is, if I'm a team looking to trade for Lauri Markkanen and I already have pieces that are playmaking and working together, and I can plug in somebody that can space the floor without having to have the ball dominance himself,
Hmm.
I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, just someone to be a
Um,
play finisher.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
His nickname, the finisher. And then here, if I pull this up,
You
oh,
got it.
if I can,
Try now.
how do I?
I got it.
So this is a chart of the top 25 scorers so far this season and their number of dribbles per game. I thought this was insane because Lauri Markkanen is averaging maybe fourth or fifth points per game in the league right now on the least amount of dribbles among
That's
them by
insane.
far. Like, if you look at Cade Cunningham's dribbles, he's over 450 as opposed to Lauri Markkanen's 65. So I think it just proves to show that, like, among elite scoring players in the league right now, Lauri Markkanen is like a plug and play guy. He can be your second option, your third option. I don't think you're trading for him to be your guy. Like,
Hmm.
you're not trading for him to be your number one star. You're trading for him to be your second scoring option, maybe even your third.
Yeah.
And if that at that blueprint, like, it would be really scary. So that's great for the Jazz. He just keeps increasing his trade value every game. Like, every time he had 47 against uh was it the Lakers the other night? I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not
it
sure
was
who,
Might have been the
or the
Bulls.
Bulls.
the
It was the
Yeah.
Bulls.
Bulls
Yeah.
in double overtime.
Hmm.
47 points, and just every game finds a way to increase his trade value. So I think that's a fascinating option for the Jazz moving forward, is, can you get players, it, like, obviously you're looking for picks, but if they could find a suitor where you have younger players, years 2 or 3, that are starting to make that jump, much like Keontae George, Walker Kessler, who's been awesome, who they need to find a way to extend. It sucks that he got hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
He
it
was looking really
sucks.
good. His 3-point shooting was making a jump. Like,
It looked
he was
He was
real.
looking
hitting one every
confident.
game.
Yeah,
Looked real.
it was fun. And I'm glad you brought them up. Like, they almost have gotten to a point where they have so many players that you just kind of want to see, like, evaluate, that they almost have more than they can fit in the rotation.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Taylor Hendricks is still on this team. Like, Cody Williams, he's like, I know it hasn't been great so far, but like, he's still a young player in like year 3, I want to say. We talked about Keontae, obviously Kessler, Isaiah Collier's there.
Mhm.
They just have Walter Clayton's been like, he's played in 11 out of their 13 games so far. He's gotten like,
Hmm.
16 minutes a game. It's just and then Ace, like, we haven't even talked about Ace yet, and he's had some like real moments.
Hmm.
Yes.
Like, he's definitely shown some flashes of why he's, a coveted top 5 talent. So
Mhm.
there's
Ace's
a lot to
upside is
be,
super high.
yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot to be excited about. You briefly kind of touched on the pick this coming year. So do you just kind of want to lay out that situation and like the decision that they're going to be faced with?
So as it lays right now, if you look at, like, projected mock drafts, they're probably about the 10th worst if you're looking at the tank battle in record, at 5-9 as of today. And if their pick falls out of the top 8, it would be conveyed to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And
Another
that would be
catastrophe.
brutal. I mean, with where they're at right now, that
Yeah.
would be heartbreaking
Yeah.
to lose your top 9 pick in one of the best drafts in recent history to the best team in the league.
Yeah.
So
And kind of a draft they've been kind of eyeing on for a
Mhm.
while. Like this is a draft they want to be not bad in, but they don't want to be competitive, you know. So
yeah. So it's interesting to think if Lauri Markkanen keeps winning them games, how how vital is it that they move him um, sooner than later? So I think that's super fascinating. I'm super bummed about Walker Kessler,
Yeah.
yeah.
but there is a lot to be excited about in
Mhm.
Salt Lake, and just be patient. Hopefully they keep their pick this year, and
Yeah.
they could end up being really, really good.
Yeah. Tune in on League Pass, man. They play fun games. Like
Yeah.
like we talked about Lauri, like everyone kind of knows he just goes and gets buckets, but the leap that Keontae George is making is real. His ball handling is getting like significantly better.
The free throw
His
line.
yes, he's drawing fouls.
Sustainable,
Like
yeah.
it's he's definitely leveled up, and interested to see like how far he can take it.
Yeah. And just like to add on to what Dallin was saying, there's just no way 28-year-old Lauri Markkanen is going to help you in the long run. I'm sorry. There's just I feel like in a like I love Lauri, but if he was like 24, 25, I could see him fitting, but why not just sell high? I mean, this is even higher than he was 3 years ago coming off
Yeah,
Oh, no doubt.
for sure.
No doubt.
like, you know what I mean? Like I get some more picks now, maybe get another pick going into this draft, and then maybe you could trade up and you own your pick, and then you get another top 10 pick. I mean,
Because yeah, you're right. Like if you were realistically going to hang on to him, he would probably be like 31, 32 before the rest of this roster like really
Is ready.
starts to get it and
Yeah.
is in their primes and ready to compete. So
Yeah.
they definitely have some decisions to make, but tune in, man, because they are a fun league pass team. Like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
they've played some fun games, and they'll
Mhm.
surprise teams if they're not ready to play, when they come into Utah.
Will Hardy's the coach,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
one of the
He's
best
been incredible.
coaches, like ever since he got there. Like
why
they
they
were
keep
supposed to be bad
extending
when
him.
they got Lowry. Like they were supposed to be bad, and I feel like year after year they're just kind of better than everyone thought, and then they tank a little too late, and they never get the pick that they absolutely want. And I think just to add on again, like they need to have a top 3 pick this year, and I would argue because they have so many picks, try to get in the top 10 again. Like get 2 top 10 picks in this year, really establish like your core and move on from there. Because with Walker Kessler's cap hold, they can bring in some vets or to add on to these young bucks, and then you extend Kessler, and then that's your team for the next 4 to 5 years, and it's super fun, super athletic, and yeah, I like it. I like Senzabaugh too. I like Senzabaugh. All right, moving on. We have a team that's man, I don't even know what to talk about this team. This team has been absolutely amazing to watch. Cade Cunningham, he's missed some time, but this is a team 3 seasons ago lost 23 games in a row. Last year made the leap. This year they're 11 in a row right now. Ronnie, talk to me about the Detroit Pistons.
The Detroit Pistons are here, and they are probably here to stay for a while.
Yeah.
They are, like we've talked about, incredibly fun. Centerpiece, 2 young players, one who's like already an all-star caliber player, one who looks like an all-star this year. And it's Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, and it's a 2-man show. They have like good players around them. Tobias Harris, good vet, Asar Thompson, Ron Holland, other young guys that, play hard, defensive minded, like can really get after it. And then they just rely on Cade shooters and a pick and roll with Duren to like just go get the points, attack the boards. Like it's a fun brand of basketball to watch. I feel like Cade, like he's a household name now. Like people know who he is, know what he's about, know the type of player that he can be, like the offensive generator, great passer for his size. But I think Jalen Duren has really come on and surprised some people. Like he had a 2020 game. He's averaging like 20 points, like 11 rebounds so far this season. In November, he's averaging like 24 and 13 so far. Just
ridiculous.
Like he kind of like eased his way into the season a little bit and now is like really finding his footing. But like the past, I don't know, 10, 15 days of him has just been incredibly fun to watch. Beef Stew still in the rotation. Isaiah Stewart, his defensive numbers have been really good. Like not necessarily a shot blocker, but just like a really good positional defender. And like you said, like he's going to fight for everything. And like coming back to Jalen, his defensive numbers have started to come around. Like people were kind of complaining he had some motor issues and like was kind of foul prone, didn't really know where to be all the time, but he really looks like he's locked in on that side of the ball this season, and it's starting to pay dividends. And kind of a fun wrinkle is they've started to play lineups where they play together, Stewart and Duren, and it's just it's a kind of like a curveball, you know, just a different look, something that you're not always used to, and so that's definitely something to monitor going forward. How much do they use that lineup? And is it something that they might be able to lean on come playoff time?
Yeah, I agree. Oh, no, go ahead, Dallin. Go ahead.
No. One thing that like another super bright spot for them has been Danis Jenkins.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how to pronounce his name. He's on a two-way.
Yeah, what a story.
And he's been playing incredible to the point where like he's been playing 21 minutes per game, shooting 40% from three. They're having to think about like, hey, do we need to stop playing this guy because he's going to run out of NBA eligibility? Like I think he can only have like 30 more games with the team this season.
He'll
And
get
he has
converted.
been.
I'm pretty confident in that.
You think?
Yeah.
So I mean, they'd have to open up a roster spot. So something to look at around the trade deadline is, hey, they're playing their two-way guy 22 minutes per game. It's probably one of, if not the highest minutes per game for a two-way player. Like see if they convert him because he's been awesome.
Yeah, like you're saying, over his last 5, 24 points, 18 points, 19 points, 26 points, and 14. Like for a guy who's, you know, who is expected to spend a good amount of his time with the G League team, like, wow. Definitely outperforming expectations.
Incredible.
Yeah, and then like when Cade was out, he started. It was just fine. But like you guys were saying, I kind of want to touch on like Jalen Duren. Just turned 22 yesterday. It's not as much as the finishing because he's always had that rim pressure, but it's kind of his face-up game right now. Like he looks super confident off the dribble.
Yes.
He's pulling up from the midi. If that's real, holy smokes! Because for a 22-year-old to already start it to get it clicking like that, and then he has like a post game, like he's really looking like a well-rounded NBA player. And for a team that doesn't have a lot of like shot creation and shooting on its own, that goes a long way for the Pistons.
No doubt. Like we were saying, Cade is kind of their offensive engine, right? Everything for the most part has started and ended with him. But definitely the more that Duren unlocks that face-up game that you're talking about, it's unlocking other parts of his game. You said the midi, but the one that I kind of want to highlight for a second is his ability to draw fouls off the dribble. Like he's getting to the line a lot more so far this season. I want to say it's doubled up to like 6 or 8 free throw attempts.
7.5 attempts per game.
Okay, yeah. So like that's
amazing.
a big jump because I think last year he was right around 3 per game. So which like for a guy of his physical stature and where he plays, like you would expect him to take more free throw attempts than that. So this is much more in line with like his physical profile and his like his skill set. So you definitely want to see how he can explore, kind of keep pushing that face up game.
Yeah. No, he's having such a good year. And they're running lineups too, where they're kind of like saying, we don't care about the offense. And they're running Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland, Paul Reed, and Asar Thompson, and just saying, we're just going to play defense. And it's kind of weird. Like the Pistons have an identity now. They have a culture. It's like, we're going to play defense. Cade is our superstar. I would argue Cade is the second best player in the East right now. Argue with your mom on that.
Giannis
Behind
and then
Giannis.
Cade.
Yeah, Giannis then Cade. He looks absolutely amazing. You can have all the shot chucking thing he did a couple nights ago, but he needed to do it to win. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Get
one
it on the
game.
system.
Right.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson, he's their only pure shooter. He's just running around the court and nobody could keep track of him, and he's knocking it down. This team's really fun to watch. I like it. I think their schedule was a little weak to start. Don't get me wrong, but I think
11
this
in a
is
row is
real.
11 in a row though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's the East. Like, what do we
Yeah.
expect? Like, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like, and it's not like Cade. Like, Cade was out. Like, they've had
Yeah.
Asar was out for a couple games. Like, it's not like they haven't had the injury bug themselves. Like, they're playing such good basketball. Shout out to JB Bickerstaff. He
For
got
real.
all these people buying into their own role, and Jaden Ivey hasn't played. Tobias Harris has barely played. Like, they still have an influx of talent coming to add
Yeah.
to all of this as well.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there with Ivy. Like he's kind of just like a mystery box. Like we saw him play a little bit in, some previous years, but like
Yeah.
we still are not really sure what he is at the NBA level. So he could come back, and if he can show strides, show that his 3-point shot is taken, some progress, and show that he can play off the ball or relieve Cade of some of that on ball like workload, like that would push this roster even further. So that's something, hopefully he can get healthy and get up to speed really quick, hit the ground running.
Yeah. Well, one thing to keep an eye on. I mean, we talked about how Tobias Harris has barely played this season. And looks like he only played in 6 of their games. Um, and Karis LeVert, who's been playing but hasn't been really producing for them at a high level and is not a part of what they're doing big time. Those two together make looks like 40 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the Pistons and you're looking in the trade market, say, hey, we can trade $40 million in salary without affecting the core of what we do. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big deal. Like that's a place where you could add to your roster if you feel like you're ready. I mean,
Yeah.
the argument against that is like we'll take Lauri Markkanen for example. If you are trading for Lauri Markkanen, do you think that puts you in a position to compete for the championship? If it doesn't, why mess with what's working?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you are not like they're right now they're 13-2 at the top of
Mm-hmm.
the league,
Right.
and
Mess that up.
it's tough because like you're going to take a big swing, you want it to be the right swing. So I totally understand like the caution behind it, but you have the pieces that make sense to move and the assets to do it. So we'll see.
Yeah, they're
Yeah. No, I agree. Oh no, go ahead, Ronnie. Sorry.
it's an interesting time because they are going to be faced with some decisions. Next summer, Ivy's a restricted free agent, so he's going to be up for a new deal. So this is kind of your evaluation period. You have this season to really decide what he is, decide if he's going to be part of your future. You can try and get him on a bargain deal, but if not, like there are going to be teams with cap space next season who might be willing to take a flyer on a young kid who hasn't, been super healthy to start his career and see if he can get it together in a new location. So you don't want to lose him for nothing. That's why I kind of am on the side of cashing in these chips now, because like you have Tobias on the expiring, you have Ivy, who is like a young player that a team could buy into, could get excited about, and like you might not have to attach a ton of draft capital because a team would be willing to take on Ivy, long term and see what he's about.
Right.
But you're definitely right. Like they have the pieces that it takes to, consolidate and go get like a big time talent. It's just going to be exactly what you said. What is the right fit, and is this the right time?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Ronnie. Like, this isn't a team that's your Warriors, your Lakers, your Knicks, these coveted franchises. Like, this is a team that was a laughing stock in the NBA for a while, and I think now, like, you don't start 13-2 every year. So I get, like, let's see how they, like, when they get a harder schedule as the season prolongs. But listen, if you can get a guy like Lauri, like Dallin was saying earlier, he doesn't even need the ball, and he's the 7-footer making 40% on threes. That's only going to open up the floor for Cade, Duren, Robinson, Asar. Like, it doesn't hurt you at all.
Yeah.
And if I really think he's the second best player in the East, what top 3 player in a conference isn't trying to win it all that year? This is a conference that, are we afraid of the Cavs that can't get anything going on offense without Garland? Are we going to be afraid of Cat and Brunson, who we probably could have taken to 7 last year? And it was our first time in the playoffs in years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have some stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind it. Like, be desperate. Like, you are the Detroit Pistons. Understand who you are as a franchise and go for it. I don't hate that at all.
Yeah. The graph that you had up earlier down when we were talking about like how efficient Lauri is, and like he doesn't do it with a ton of dribbles. On the opposite side of that spectrum is Cade Cunningham, who dribbles the ball a lot. And so like if you were able to add Lauri to that team, we talked about how Cade needs like some pressure release. He has to have someone who, he can pass the ball to and can hit an open shot and can make sure that he isn't facing a double team every time he drives to the basket, or isn't having someone dig when he comes off of a pick and roll with Duren. Like having that on the short side where you can't help off a Lauri, like he will make you pay. That could really unlock another part of this Pistons offense, which is honestly been really good so far. But I do think there's like another level that they could get to if they could add a player of Lauri's, stature.
I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of what it would open up for everybody. I mean, you mentioned Duncan Robinson. Like, if you have a pick and roll with Cunningham and Duren, which they've been running super highly effectively at the beginning of the season, and you're spreading the floor with Markkanen, who is shooting 40% catch and shoot threes, Duncan Robinson, who's a bona fide 3-point shooter, and then you have Asar Thompson maybe in the dunker spot. Like that is a recipe for a very, very productive offense at the NBA level.
The amount of stuff they could run would be insane. I mean, all right, think about the inverse. Cade setting the screen, rolling to the basket. You got Duren or Asar in the dunker spot, like Duncan Robinson in the short corner, like
Markkanen dribbling off the screen.
That's what I'm saying.
He can play make a little bit.
Yeah, especially attacking off closeouts. Like he can do a little bit of big to big passing on like dump downs. Like he's not, necessarily an offense generator, like gonna do a ton of playmaking, but he can attack closeouts, make decisions in a short roll, stuff like that.
Right.
No, I'm excited. I kind of hope we get to see it. I don't know what the package would look like entirely, but.
And this was their SBC team. You actually had this trade back in the summer. So if this trade actually, and Ronnie was the Jazz.
Yeah.
He was the one. He was the partner. So if this trade actually goes up and happening. You guys called in the summertime. NBA
We'll
teams
see.
hit these two up because they knew in the summertime that it would happen. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to wrap up talking about?
Are we going to talk about a rookie or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go around. This we're talking about draft a lot, watch a lot of college, but it's easy to get away from this year's draft. So like we all picked a rookie that we like. We wanted to shout out, just having a great year for the first 15 games. So Dal, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think one that hasn't gotten a super like a bunch of attention on like rookie of the year polls or that kind of deal is Ryan Cockbrenner, who
Mm-hmm.
was a high second round pick to Charlotte, and I think it may be partially a product of it was a great situation for him where they had just lost Mark Williams. What are the Hornets going to do at center? Like the options were Cockbrenner or um, his name
Diabite
escapes me.
or
Could be Diabate. There's another vet guy playing for the Hornets right now, but that's beside the point. Kalkbrenner played all 13 games so far, playing 27 minutes a game, is second in the league behind Wemby with 2.2 blocks per game. His rim protection
wow.
stats have been fantastic, and on top of that, he is leading the league uh, in field goal percentage at 81.2%, which is just insane.
That's
I mean,
insane for a rookie.
yeah, ten points per game at 80% field goal percentage is incredible efficiency. Um, Excited to see where he goes. We'll see how far he can get and if the Hornets can get any better.
Yeah, it's been
We'll
fun
see.
to watch him. I like you said, I can't believe he was a second round pick and is this productive already. But it's just a guy who like immediately bought into the role and like knew what he was going to be at an NBA level, knows what is being asked of him, doesn't try to do too much outside of that, and is really just starring in his role. And you always love to see that. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. No, I totally agree with you. Charlotte had a hell of a draft. I'll say that.
mhm.
I
Speaking of,
love what he's
you want
doing.
to go,
And
John?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So my rookie, Conka Nipple. I know that might be a dub for a lot of y'all now, but I was super high on him coming into the draft. I thought second to Cooper Flag, he was the safest. I thought just he had an NBA archetype. Um, he was compared to like Klay Thompson with like a little bit more athleticism, and I'd say that's a good archetype. I would argue he's outplayed my expectations for him, especially for a team that hasn't had LaMelo for all the games, and he's kind of taken on more of a ball handling role where he had it Duke from time to time when Cooper Flag got hurt, but he's outplayed my expectations, averaging 18 points. You could say averaging 18. If you average 18 as a rookie, that means you know how to put the ball in the bucket. Um, he's shooting 40% from three. That's hard to do in the league if you're known as a shooter. Like it's no secret he's a shooter, and he's still shooting at an immense clip. And the confidence he's shooting it with, that NBA Cup game last week against the Bucks, back in his hometown Wisconsin, he was just out his mind. He looked like he's done this before. Yeah, he wasn't scared of Giannis. He wasn't scared of the moment, and he was going at them. They lost, but he had a hell of a game. He had a career high 31 points, and he looked great. He looked great.
That was a fun little story. He had the team over to his parents' house. They hosted like a team dinner. Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. But no,
Yeah.
Khan's been really fun. We talked about him a little bit on draft night. Like
Yeah.
he and you're definitely right about the ball handling. Like looked competent at Duke. Like he could do it and do it well at the college level, but he's really surprised me, like you said, how comfortable he looks handling the ball, initiating offense at the NBA level.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And you mentioned the 40% from three. He's been doing that at 8 attempts per game, which is good for 13th in the league
Wow.
in attempts.
That's the Lauri
So
numbers. No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
it's pretty incredible that he's doing it and at such a high efficiency. while doing all the ball handling and the. So
Really good
I'm
draft for the
excited.
Charlotte
I'm excited
Hornets.
about
I
him.
must say that. Must say that. Ronnie, wrap us up here.
Yeah, so I decided to cheat and pick two rookies that are on the same team. I decided to give a little love to the New Orleans Pelicans because they need some love right now. But there is some hope. Jeremiah Fears, rookie point guard out of Oklahoma, and then Derek Queen, rookie big man out of Maryland. Like tonight, we were talking earlier. Queen, they played the Denver Nuggets tonight. Queen logged 30 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals in 30 minutes, shooting 67% from the floor and 1 for 2 from 3. Did all of that against best
Absurd.
player in the world, Nikola Jokic. So he's definitely showing flashes, especially in the last probably 5 or 6 games. Queen's kind of come on and like he's got a little bit of dog to him. Like he does not. I think he's aware of kind of the rhetoric around the trade that brought him to New Orleans, where they gave up the 2026 pick this upcoming draft and Asa Newell to trade up and select Queen. I think he's aware of kind of the general feeling about that move and is very eager to show people like there's a reason that New Orleans felt comfortable doing that to bring me here. And you love to see it, honestly. Like, hope nothing but the best for the kid, and super excited to watch how his season turns out. And then on the other side, Fears, like the thing that was always going to be a translatable skill for him was his ball handling, and it looks really good. Like he has a quick first step and is able to get to the rim. He's shown like this nifty little like runner floater kind of shot that he has going. He's found some success with. His 3-point shot is still a work in progress, and it's going to be for a little bit of time, but he shows really good instincts in the pick and roll and in the open floor. I think he's going to be a productive player for years to come.
100%.
One thing worth noting with Derek Queen's game tonight was that he did it in Zion's return from injury. So, I mean, that's interesting. Like for the Pelicans going forward, how does Derek Queen fit with Zion? How does Zion, like, what position are they going to play? And who's going to be the number one guy, really? Like, I'm curious their philosophy on that moving forward, and if Derek Queen continues to be the guy and they decide to push in the chips, maybe move Zion, get younger, like maybe
See what
that's
they
something
can
they can
get.
build around.
See if they can find somebody who fits a little bit better.
I'm not sure how the Zion Williamson Derek Queen fit is long term.
No, 100%. Especially with Trey and
They're a little
her.
similar. Yeah. So we'll see. But Derek Queen's been awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think coming into the draft, I think we talked about on draft night, Ronnie, whereas like you can't measure this kid's vertical jump. You can't measure his shuttle run. Like he's kind of like, it's ironic he had his best game against Jokic because you have to evaluate him when he's on the court with 4 other players around him. Like he's a basketball player. He's not the best one-on-one guy. He's not the best 2-on-2 guy. You know what I mean? Like when you put him on a court with 4 other players and a team environment, he shines, and he's continuing to show that. And Willie Green lost his job because he wasn't playing him enough. And over the past couple games, he's really shown that he's that type of talent, and still not worth that pick in the process they went behind it. But I'm happy
You
that
think so?
No, yeah, I know so. I'm just happy about the process for him though, that he's showing people, oh, I'm still good. Like I'm a good player, and it's not. And if he keeps it up, like the race could get close. Like it's not just a Cooper Flag. He's rookie of the year. It's a Con Knipple. It's a Jeremiah Fears. It's a Cockburner. It's a Derek Queen. It's a, you know what I mean? The race could get interesting
Edgecombe.
with it. Edgecombe.
Trey Johnson's
Cedric
looked
Howard,
good in
Trey
different. Yeah.
Johnson.
Cedric Howard has looked really good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's fun for me that the league is in a place where rookies are coming and having an immediate impact. I feel like that's super important for the youth part of the NBA, and Derek Queen continues to shine. Continues to shine.
No.
All right. Well, that concludes today's episode. I appreciate you guys joining us. We had a ton of fun. Took us a while to all come back together and record a video, but that's my fault. If you guys like the video, give us your thoughts on the teams below. What's your thoughts on Lauri Markkanen to the Pistons, Lauri in Utah in general, the Clippers situation as a whole, and the Pistons? Do they continue to skyrocket? Because I don't think they're slowing down anytime soon. But yeah, in case you guys miss it, turn on the notification bell so you never miss episode of the warm up. Follow us on all our social media feeds. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace and stay safe.